This episode is for education and awareness. I'm not your doctor, I'm not your pharmacist, and I'm not your lawyer. This is not personal, medical, legal, or financial advice. Medicare rules can change, and how they hit you depends on your state, your income, your health, your plan, and your specific drugs. If something in this episode sounds like your situation, use it as a starting point and talk with a qualified professional who knows your local rules. Let's start with something that you might feel uncomfortable about. It's late at night, you're watching your favorite cable show, the host finishes a segment on how doctors and big pharma don't want you to know the truth. And they cut to a special message. Indeed. A doctor-looking guy in a white coat appears on screen. Behind him are medical books, diagrams, maybe a fake diploma. It says something like, if you're over 60 and you ain't feeling quite right, you wake up stiff, in pain, exhausted, but that's not your fault. It's because of a hidden deficiency that mainstream media has ignored. Okay, but now, thanks to a breakthrough nutrient, you can start turning back the clock naturally. He talks about joints, rebuilt memory, revived energy restored, testimonials run. I was hobbling around. Now I'm hiking again. My doctor is stunned. On the screen, bottles of capsules, a phone number, a website, a timer counting down. Call in the next 10 minutes for free shipping and a bonus bottle. And it's not just pills and powders. Same channels, same shows, different miracles, a brace that will fix your knees, a circulation machine that will restore blood flow and reverse neuropathy. A brain gadget that will sharpen memory in just 7 days. A back, belt, or posture device that will realign your spine and eliminate pain. Same white coats, same dramatic before and after stories. Same hard sell. Order now. Supplies limited. This offer won't last. You're tired, you're in pain, you're sick of doctors shrugging and telling you, you're getting older. So you think, what the hell? It's natural, it's on my favorite show, what do I have to lose? You pull out your card. $89.95 later, you've joined the club. This episode is about the moment, not about one product, not about one channel or one host. It's about the entire system of TV supplement hype aimed at seniors, mostly on the channels older Americans watch the most. And the question we're going to answer bluntly: are these miracle supplement commercials even close to being legitimate? Or are they just a legal-looking way to separate seniors from their money, their health, and their independence? This episode is called This is Pills, Powders, Paraphernalia, and Personalities, TV Hype, the Truth About Miracle Supplements and Medical Devices that are targeting seniors. To be very clear, let us say the following. They're not advertising these miracle pills and powders to 25-year-olds. They're advertising to you, people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and so forth, loyal viewers of certain cable channels and radio shows, people dealing with real problems, joint pain, fatigue, memory worries, blood sugar, blood pressure, sleep, fear of decline. Why? because this group watches live TV instead of skipping every ad, trusts the host and the channel, has multiple health complaints, often feels ignored or dismissed by the medical community and the system, has some money or savings and would gladly spend it to feel better and stay independent. So if you feel like those ads are speaking directly to you, it's because they are by design. Let's strip this down in plain English. A lot of these products are sold as dietary supplements, vitamins, minerals, herbs, plant extracts, proprietary blends with very fancy names. Legally, in the US, these are not approved like prescription drugs. The company does not have to prove the product works before selling it. The company does not have to run big, rigorous clinical trials like drug makers. The FDA mostly steps in after there's a problem, such as contamination, hidden drugs, outrageous claims. That doesn't mean automatically that every supplement is useless or unsafe. But it does mean this: the burden of proof is much lower than you probably think. On TV, the tone makes it sound like clinically proven, backed by science. Doctor-developed breakthrough. In reality, that might mean a tiny study in a different form, at a different dose, on a different population. Or else, cherry-picked research that kind of sort of relates, but doesn't actually prove the product in the bottle will do what they're implying for you. There is indeed a giant gap between how these products are regulated and how they are marketed to seniors. And the same is true for devices. I think it's time now to walk through the playbook that these commercials use. It's very instructing. First is wear the lab coat. They put an individual in a white coat, give them a fake or irrelevant doctor title, place them in a medical-looking office. Obviously, the goal is to make your brain relax and think, this is medical, this is scientific. However, they really tell you what kind of doctor it is, what specialty they have, whether they see patients, whether they even have any expertise in the specific condition being discussed. Note that costume authority does not necessarily mean authority reality. The second play: tell a nice story, but don't give proof. You'll hear, I was in terrible pain. Now I'm hiking. I couldn't remember names. Now my mind is sharp. I felt 90. Now I feel 40. These are testimonials. They are not proof. Real science requires large groups, control groups, clear measurements, reproducible results. Testimonials require only a camera, an enthusiastic person, a good editor. They lean hard on emotion. Look at this grandmother who's dancing again. Emotions sell. Evidence is optional. The third play is entitled Blame Them and Position Us as the Rebel. The pitch usually includes, Big Pharma doesn't want you to know this. Doctors ignore this simple, natural solution. The medical establishment, my God, is decades behind the science. What does this mean in translation? If your doctor doesn't endorse this, it's not because our claims are weak. It's because your doctor is blind, biased, or controlled. What this does is it flips the script. Your doctor, who is legally responsible for your care and indeed knows your full history, gets painted as the villain. The supplement company, who is legally allowed to sell the stuff with minimal proof, which is incredible by itself, gets painted as the hero. Isn't that convenient? The fourth play involves making a fake urgency and a scarcity of the product. Those people love countdowns, supplies are limited, we're only doing this for the next 500 callers. If you hang up, you may miss this deal. You know, real medicine doesn't work like a timeshare presentation. Urgency is made there to shut off your thinking and push you to reach for your wallet, period. The fifth play is when they make vague, soft claims that sound indeed like cures. Note, however, by law, they're not supposed to say cures arthritis, reverses Alzheimer's, eliminates diabetes. So they say instead things like supports joint health, helps maintain memory, supports healthy blood sugar. But the tone and the stories make it sound like if you take this, your problem goes away. That's deliberate. They want the feelings of a cure without the legal exposure. Based on human nature, you know that some people will say that who cares about the people who fall for this? So what? It's their money. If it makes them feel hopeful, who cares? I care. We should care. Here's why. First risk, dangerous interactions. Supplements can thin your blood, raise your blood pressure, affect your liver or kidneys, change how your prescription drug works. If you're on blood thinners, heart meds, diabetes meds, blood pressure meds, antidepressants, and so forth, you don't just randomly add a mystery blend to the mix. Second risk, very critical, delayed real treatment. If you believe this pill I saw on TV will fix my memory, pain, blood pressure, blood sugar, you might put off seeing a doctor. Ignore the warning signs. Let a real condition get worse. Unfortunately, by the time you get proper care, you've lost months or years. Risk 3, financial drain and auto ship traps. Many of these offer sign up for automatic shipments, make it a hassle to cancel, bundle add-ons, brain formula, joint formula, sleep formula, and so on. You can end up spending hundreds of dollars per month on products with little or no proven benefit, while cutting corners on the real necessities. Fourth risk. This one is horrible. Blaming yourself when it doesn't work. When it fails, the message is, you just didn't give it enough time. You need the upgraded formula. Or you blame yourself. Maybe, I'm just too far gone. You felt hope. Now you feel foolish. That emotional whiplash is real and wears people down. Of course, not every supplement on TV is a poison. Not every ingredient is useless. There are cases where a vitamin deficiency is real, like vitamin D or B12. A basic multivitamin might make sense. A specific supplement might help a specific condition a little for some people. But here are the key points. Legally sold is not the same as proven to work. Doctor on TV likes it is not the same as your doctor who knows your meds thinks it's safe and helpful for you. Small possible benefit is not the same as the miracle transformation they are promising. If a host or commercial makes it sound like a miracle, a cure, a way to reverse aging, you should assume the marketing has run way ahead of the evidence. Please allow me to share with you some 5 hard rules for seniors watching these ads. Here they are. You can hang them on your refrigerator. If a TV supplement ad breaks any of these, your answer is no. First rule, if it sounds like a cure, it's a lie. Arthritis, Alzheimer's, diabetes, heart disease, if they're talking about reversing or curing, not just moderate support, that's garbage. Rule 2, if they trash all doctors and all medicine, walk away. If the pitch is, doctors don't want you to know this, they're trying to isolate you from the one person who actually knows your full medical picture. Third rule, if there's a countdown clock, hang up. Real health decisions are never ever rushed. Call in 10 minutes or lose the miracle. That's a sales tactic. Rule 4, never ever start a supplement from TV without checking with your doctor or pharmacist. And this is particularly true if you take blood thinners, have heart disease, have kidney or liver problems, have diabetes, take multiple medications. You say, I saw this on TV. What do you think about me taking it with my meds and my conditions? If their eyes roll, there's a reason. Believe me. Rule 5, never ever give your card over the phone on impulse. If you're leaning toward trying something, hang up. Write down the name, look it up later with someone you trust, check for complaints, lawsuits, Federal Trade Commission actions, bad reviews, and so on. If they can't survive this level of sunlight, they don't deserve your money. Let's be very practical. The following are some exact sentences you can use should you fall into these situations. For seniors, when one speaks to a rep on the phone from these supplements people or device people, my rule is I don't start anything. I see on TV until my doctor or pharmacist checks it against my current meds. If the salesperson or ad says it's urgent, if this were a real medical breakthrough, my doctor and the major hospitals would certainly be talking about it, not just this show. For family and caregivers, talking to a parent, make sure you say, I'm not saying all supplements are bad. I'm saying the TV ads are designed to make you buy quickly. If you're interested in something, let's write it down, bring it to your doctor or pharmacist together. When canceling an auto ship, I'm calling to cancel all future shipments and all future charges. Do not send any more product. If you do, it will be returned and disputed. Say it calmly. Don't explain. Repeat until they comply. Let's be honest about what's really at stake here. This isn't about a bottle of pills, one order, a few dollars. This is about your health. Are you taking things that help, hurt, or distract from the real treatment? Your money. Are you pouring retirement savings into an empty promise? Your independence. Are you staying strong, clear, and stable or being slowly drained by solutions that never deliver. Supplements and devices are not all evil, but the way they're pitched on TV to seniors is often exaggerated, one-sided, emotionally manipulative. You are not the sucker target audience they think you are. Your next steps should be: stop buying anything in the heat of the moment because a host or ad pushes your buttons. Use the 5 rules we talked about. Bring anything you're considering to your doctor or pharmacist, especially when you're taking multiple medications. Talk about this openly within your family so you're not fighting this alone. If you found this episode helpful, please do 3 things for me that actually change something. First of all, share it with at least one senior or caregiver who watches these channels and believes these ads. Subscribe to Senior Power so you don't miss the next episode on health, independence, and money traps. Check out the related episode, Pharmacy Middlemen, How PBMs Are Bleeding Seniors and Threatening Their Independence. Because the supplements game is just one piece of a bigger system that makes seniors pay more and get less.